This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Zaccheaus possibly being cut, and also the linebackers are struggling. It's just time to bring another guy in. Let's get straight into it.
Hey, what's up? It's Mauro Jamel. Shout out to Eagle Owl, the biggest Eagles fan out there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, so let's get into it. As you guys you seen the training camp highlights I missed yesterday because I was trying to get that video out. I was spending time with family, so I shot a video for the afternoon, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And I did go over this list, but there's something that stood out to me on this list. So first, Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins had one of his best practice since being in Philadelphia. Balled out, mossing guys, 20 plus yarders. Him and Jalen Hurts were just in sync. They just had one of those days. That lets me know the wide receiver 3 again is locked up. Quez Watkins is not letting go of that spot. And I'm thinking like, okay, Zaccheaus came in, he got experience, he's shifty, he's the prototype of a slot receiver. But Elliott Shore-Parks has something different to say, because I only heard one good thing about Zaccheaus. He had a crossing route and it looked really good. But they saying this Joseph Ngata guy is looking really, really good. He mossed Keely Ringo on the 7-on-7s, but he's been looking good. We don't have much information. Remember, I went on an epic rant about why we're not talking about the undrafted and the rookies. But this guy, according to Elliott Shore-Parks, it's like, yo, he's the best backup wide receiver so far, and he's better than Zaccheaus. He's keeping it a buck. Now, Joseph Ngata, he's not your typical wide receiver 4 or a slot receiver. But again, was Zach Pascal? Zach Pascal was wide receiver 4. Why can't Joseph Ngata beat out Zaccheaus and be the wide receiver 4? And it sounds crazy, but you got to think about it. Remember when Jaquiski Tartt, remember when he came to Philadelphia and he was really good with the 49ers, but he just could not make the team. And you see no other team really signed him or buzzed on him because he just wasn't good enough. But Zaccheaus is a little different because he's young, and we just expected him to actually compete with Quez, and it's not going that way. He can be a surprise cut. He can be a surprise cut. So I don't think we're just going to get rid of all our undrafted free agent guys. Some of these guys are going to make the team. And 2 guys I think of is Eli Ricks and this guy right here, Joseph Ngata. But last year we kept 4 wide receivers. I don't think we keep 5. And if we decide to keep 4, don't be surprised if Zaccheaus gets cut. Now Zaccheaus might get signed by another team, but Joseph Ngata, man, 6'3", 215 pounds. Clemson, he did his thing. And when he substituted in, I believe when he get his opportunities and he substituted in the games, he can ball out. Like, I think Deion Kane can be a guy on special teams. And I think this guy can be a legit wide receiver 4. So let's see what the Eagles decide to do. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. That day come and you see Zaccheaus' name. Just like when Jaquiski Tartt, when he came in to be safety, when he got cut, and it surprised us, and like, why he not getting much playing time? And we eventually seen why. Same thing with Zaccheaus. Do not be surprised when preseason come up and we asking the same question, like, yeah, what's going on with Zaccheaus? And you see Joseph Ngata and these Deion Keynes and those guys, the Rambos, Tarzan Rambos out there trying to make the team. Joseph Ngata, man, a guy to watch. A lot of my subscribers been telling me. I see it now. I definitely see it. All right, so now I want to talk about these linebackers, man. These linebackers.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
They breaking my heart, man. They breaking my heart. So this is what Elliot Shore Parks had to say. Starting linebackers might be an issue. Murrow has struggled in coverage. You don't want to hear that. And I had a feeling Murrow was struggling because they haven't been talking about him. But in the passing league, fortunately, your linebackers got to know how to cover. They got to know how to cover. Got the Cowboys, passing team. Giants trying to become that passing team. Washington, somewhat of a passing team. These teams that we playing this year are passing teams. And if you got a liability like that, teams are going to eat, going to feast. So that's not good to hear. And this the one that broke my heart a little bit. Broke my heart. Said Nakobe Dean hasn't stood out. That's not good. You know why? Because he's going to be the captain of the team. If he's not standing out in practice, what is he going to be doing in the game? So he's just going to be an average linebacker. It's not good to hear. Again, these are coming from reporters, so this could, Elliot Short Parts can be biased. Remember, he was biased against Jalen Hurts. Just keeping it real, and he came around. But if Nakobe Dean, if this true, he not standing out, you got to go get Patrick Queen. You got to go get somebody. Now, I'm not saying somebody on the market. You got to trade for somebody that can lead the defense. Because if Nakobe Dean, again, is not standing out in practice, what is he going to do in the games? Unless our offense is that good, then okay. But you got to stand out, man. Because all I've been hearing about is what Christian Ellis is doing. And Christian Ellis still in playing time for Murrow, which is good in Christian Ellis' position, that he's standing out, catching pitch, making plays. But I want to hear that about basically the captain. I want to hear about that from the guy that got the green dot on his head in Nakobe Dean. But then with Nakobe Dean, you hear stuff like James Bradbury and stuff shouting him out. But then from reporters, you hear conflicting things. So this can be true or not true. But speculating if it is, you have to go get another linebacker. Now your team can have liabilities for sure, but you don't want that linebacker position to hold us back. Really don't. So again, heartbreaking to hear. Very, very heartbreaking to hear. I'm not surprised about the Zaccheaus thing, ironically. I'm really not. We got a lot of good wide receivers in the building. It's crazy that I'm saying that about the Eagles, because at one point we will be thrilled to have Deion Kane and thrilled to have Joseph Ngata to possibly even start. Now we're looking at those guys like, can you make the team? And we got two great stars on the outside. We have a potential star in the slot. We have a star tight end. We have a star quarterback. Again, I'm not surprised about the Zaccheaus thing. I'm really not. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? Linebackers struggling. It is what it is. It's only the third day of camp. We see the fourth and the fifth and how everything's going. And Joseph Ngata, will he get that spot? But this is Eagle Owl. I'm up.